And welcome back, Mindsetters. Hope you had a nice little break. You went to do whatever you had to do. You went to go get whatever your phone call, or you went to the bathroom, whatever you had to do. Now you need to come back and pay attention. Make sure you have your pens and pads out and you're ready to make notes because we're ready to continue with this lesson. This is where I hand over to John. John, take it away.
Great, Ty, thank you. Before we went to the break, we had a question posted on Facebook. Was it Samuel? Samuel, thank you so much.
Success, actually.
Success,
yeah.
sorry. Success, thank you so much for sending the question in. No, it's not exactly on the topic because we were dealing with graphs and with maps and grids and all that sort of stuff. But this is a probability question and it's a tree diagram, which is graphic in a certain way. So we'll have a look at it. Now, different people will do this in different ways, but they'll come up with the same eventual answer. So remember, with tree diagrams, it depends on how you're doing them. It depends. You need to make sure that you've got it the way that you've been taught it. This is the way that I tackle it. I just want to give you the information. The first event or the first characteristic is we've got a choice between sheep that are black, and we're told that's 30%. I've immediately put that as a fraction, and I've said, well, let's make that 30 out of 100, which I could cancel down to say 3 out of 10. In the same way, the white sheep, 7 out of 10. Okay? That's the first criteria. Second criteria is that we've got 40% male, so I'm going to say that's 4 out of 10, and female is 6 out of 10. Now we're asked to draw a tree diagram to illustrate and to calculate, to use this to calculate what's the chances of us selecting a particular sheep at random that happens to be, what was it?
From the herd, just
From the herd?
random.
But what were the characteristics? Was it male and black sheep or?
No, it just basically illustrate the possible outcomes of the
Okay,
sheep
then we
being
want
born at
all the
random.
possibilities. So we want to show all the possibilities on our tree diagram and give those in. So I'm going to start with a point. And I'm going to say, choose a color over here. And I'm going to say, let's start at that point. And I'm going to say, I've got a choice. I can either choose black or white. And I'm going to say those are my choices. So black is over there. And I'm going to choose white down at the bottom. There are only two possibilities. I can either choose sheep that's black or sheep that's white. This particular herd, we haven't got any gray or spotted or any other colors.
Oh,
We've only got
we also
black
got
or
some
white.
information that just came in. Sorry
okay.
to jump in there. But then he then added on just now under the posters and the rest of the question says, and what percentage of the sheep is female with white wool?
Okay, so we'll come to that. Just will you remind me that we
I
don't
will
miss
do
that?
that.
Okay. Now, what we need to remember is of the sheep that are black, the chances are only 3 out of 10. That's the number that we've got. And for white, it's 7 out of 10. At this stage, we're only looking at the criteria of black and white, wool. Now we're going to say, but hold on, guys. Amongst these, there will be some male and there will be some female. And overall, the percentage of male and female will apply equally to those that are black and to those that are white. So it won't really matter. We can apply the same percentages across each of those two criteria. So I'm going to put the male and female over here, and we'll use the percentages that we were given. 4 out of 10 for male. So let's fill that in. 4 out of 10 for male, and 6 out of 10 for female. And the next one was down here, was 4 out of 10 for the male, and this one was 6 out of 10 for the female. Right, so there are all our possibilities. We can now work out the outcomes. If a sheep is black and male, remember, and means multiply, then the chances of me doing that and selecting that will need to be 3 out of 10 times 4 out of 10, which means that it's going to be 12 out of 100. which is 12%. Then the next one, look over here, it's the female. It's the black female. So it's going to be 3 out of 10 multiplied by 6 out of 10, which gives me 18 out of 100. Another way of writing that, 18%. Next one, we've got over here, to choose a white sheep, 7 out of 10. To choose a male is 4 out of 10. So it's 7 out of 10 multiplied by 4 out of 10. 7 fours. 7 fours. I don't want to do it. 28. There we go. 28 out of 100. I went blank. So 28%. Now we've got 7 sixes. Look over here. This is very interesting. This will get back into its box and behave itself. What we've got for white female is the possibility of 7 out of 10 multiplied by 6 out of 10, and 6 sevens are 42 out of 100, and that gives you 42%. So those are all the possibilities and the percentages of making that choice. Now, which one was the one that came in? Ty?
That was, you needed to find out how many of the females would have white wool.
Okay.
If
And
I'm not mistaken. Yes.
And there we go. You can see it, I'm sure. If I want white wooled females, they are 42%.
All right.
Okay. Well, guys, I hope that answered some, or was it surprises? Innocent?
success.
Success. Surprise. Sorry. Success. I hope you have lots of success. Any other questions?
I think that's it for now, but Sweetness would like us to go back to scales quick if we could do that.
Okay. What does she want to know about scales?
Oh, she was just interested. She was just actually enjoying just the actual questions.
Oh,
themselves,
on scale. Okay. Okay. Well, the next part of that question that we were dealing with, and I think we've got time just to finish it off, is let's go and have a look at it. It was this part, the last part of this question, and we hopefully we'll get through it, but just shows that in a map question, you can get given some finance calculations. And here we go. But this isn't too difficult because they give you a formula. Make sure you read and you get the information correct. So we're told he's charged, or he's paid, a basic salary of 50 Rand per week, 10 cents for each newspaper delivery. His weekly wage can be calculated using the following formula. Calculate his weekly wage if he delivers 150 newspapers. So the first thing, we're going to say weekly wage. So he starts off, and we're going to say 50 Rand plus the number of newspapers. Well, we're told that he's delivered 150 newspapers. That's quite a number of newspapers. He's actually put in quite an effort. Probably if he's done that for 5 days, 30 newspapers a day, quite a bit of cycling he's had to do. And he's only been given 10 cents. Now, 10 cents, we must change to rands. So 0.10. And that means that we're going to multiply that through, and we get 50 plus 15, which means that the total weekly wage is 65 Rand. Although that might seem a lot of effort because he's got to get up early and he's got to do some cycling, but 65 Rand's better than nothing. He's making an effort. You know what? If he's doing that, I hope he's saving some things as well so that he doesn't just blow it all on useless stuff. Put some money aside, save it, and we know that if we do that regularly and continually, it will build up, and one day you'll be able to afford something that's really good.
Definitely.
Anything else, Ty? Quick last question.
No, I'm scanning now.
Okay,
Doesn't seem like
just
anyone's
let me
posted
give
yet.
my last tip for today. Guys, when you're given a map, please make sure that you read it very carefully. Look for the scale. Look for the numbers that indicate the scale, as well as the bar scale at the bottom. Make sure you identify any key information that's on there. When you read the question, try and highlight, even in your reading time, orientate yourself so you can pick out where the key and the critical things are. Look for the key features so that you make sure that you've got it all sorted out. Whatever questions they ask, you can orientate yourself and give the correct answers. Okay? Well, Ty, it's been great being with you today.
It's been great being with you too.
And I hope that the guys out there have learnt a lot and that they're enjoying it. Next week, Peter's back.
Yes, Peter will be back. So, on that note, I think we should just tell the Mindsetters that it was a pleasure. We had fun, and I hope they had fun. In fact, if they had fun, just post it on the page and tell us that, guys, we had fun. Thank you so much. But anyway, on that point, Mindsetters, again, I tell you guys that this platform is for you guys. It's for you guys to talk to each other. But for me, this is where I say, see you next time.